Hello, and welcome to the TWU formatting series, where I go through our formatting template page by page and detail how to set up TWU specific requirements. The page we're covering in this video is the cover page. Start by opening Word and choosing New Blank Document. With your blank document, the first TWU setting to set up is the correct margins. The way to select your margins is by clicking on the Layout button at the top of the page. Then scroll over to the left and choose Margins. A drop-down menu will appear. TWU's margins are 1 inch for top, bottom, and sides, i.e. the normal setting in Word. So make sure that normal is selected from the drop-down menu. Once you've determined your margins, it is time to move on to the next critical piece of TWU formatting, the spacing of your document. Select all the text on your page by clicking Ctrl-A on your keyboard. Then right-click with your mouse. Scroll down to the option marked Paragraph. Once clicked, the paragraph dialog box will appear. Then, in the spacing section of the paragraph dialog box, make sure that in the before section is 0 point, the after is 0 point, line spacing, choose double from the drop-down menu, and then check yes for don't add space between paragraphs of the same style. Then click OK. If all of these settings are not selected, it will lead to problems later on in your document. After your spacing has been set up, it is time to choose your font size and style. TWU font size should either be 10, 11, or 12. TWU font style can either be Arial, Times New Roman, Calibri, or Cambria. The key with font size and style is that it should remain consistent throughout your paper. For this example, I shall be choosing size 12 and Times New Roman. Now it is time to fill the cover page with the appropriate text. The very first line of the page should be the title of your paper, centered and written in all caps. So I'm going to choose the center alignment here amongst the alignment selections, and then I'm going to click caps lock on the keyboard. And then so for this example, that is the title of the paper. After you finish writing your title, hit the Enter key 3 times. 1, 2, 3. TWU requires that there are at least 2 blank lines between each section of information on the cover page. The next section after the title section should also be written in all caps and aligned center. It should be written as follows. A, document type, either thesis or dissertation. For this example, I'll be using a dissertation. After you wrote your A document type, click Enter. The next line should read, submitted in partial fulfillment of the requirements. Then hit Enter. For the degree of, and then you would insert the appropriate degree. For some, it could be Master's of Science. For others, it could be Doctor of Philosophy. For this example, we will be using for Doctor of Philosophy. Then hit Enter again. In the Graduate School of the. After the, hit Enter. Texas Women's University. Then that is the entire section. So we're going to need to hit Enter 3 times again. 1, 2, 3. The next section should once again be in all caps and centered. On the first line of this new section, include the name of your department. For this example, we will be using Department of Social Sciences and Historical Studies. After you finish writing out the department, hit enter. The next line of this section should be your college. For this example, we'll be saying the College of Arts and Sciences, but you would insert your college. Now that is an entire section in and of itself. So once again, hit enter 3 times. The next section is by and your name. So by, enter your name. For this example, we will be Jane Pioneer. After your name, you can add academic degrees, but not certifications. And the way you add these degrees is by comma and comma. So a comma after your name and a comma in between the degrees, and then hit enter 3 times to start your next section. Now in all caps, enter Denton, Texas. Regardless of what campus you currently attend, for the purposes of TWU repository requirements, always say Denton, Texas. Then hit enter. Oh, except this did an automatic thing that I don't want it to do, so I'm undoing that and then hitting enter. Okay, then write graduation month, graduation year. So your graduation month and graduation year. So I'm writing December 2023, but you would write your December, or you would write your graduation month and your graduation year. Then hit enter 3 times again. Now, you see it goes on to a new page, but don't panic. We'll worry about why it does that in a second. But the next section of your cover page is the copyright section, which is a bit of a curveball, not because it's already on a new page, which would panic you, but we're going to fix that in a second. But also because it is not in all caps. It is still centered, line centered, but it's just capitalized. Okay, so unclick the caps lock on your keyboard if that's how you went about it, and then write copyright. And then you're going to insert a copyright symbol, which I learned a shortcut for recently, which is Control-A-C. And then it makes one for you. And then you write the copyright year. So for this, it is 2023, by, and then your name, which is Jane Pioneer in this example. So copyright, copyright symbol, copyright year, by, your name. Okay, and now we're going to fix the spacing problem by scrolling back up to the top of the page. And then you're going to select the lines, the section that has your paper's title. So once you have that all highlighted, right-click, scroll down to paragraph, and then in the spacing section, just for this one section of the cover page, choose under line spacing to have it be single, and then click OK. The reason why I don't do that at the beginning is because I don't want there to be any confusion on the spacing in between sections. The spacing throughout this page should be uniform, other than these 2 or sometimes 3, depending on how long your title is, lines. And look, once you scroll down, copyright fits on the page perfectly. Okay, we're not quite finished yet. The next step before I say cover page is completed is to scroll down to the back down to the end of the copyright line. Then we're going to apply what is called a next page break. The way we do that is by heading to the layout button once again at the top of the page. Right underneath it, there is a section called breaks. You click that and a drop-down menu appears, and then you choose next page, insert of section break, and start the new section on the next page. And that creates a whole new page. This will help us format our page numbers later on. as your cover page should not have any page numbers, but the rest of your front matter will need to have page numbers. So this is just setting you up for success in the future. But now that you've done that, this completes the cover page formatting for TWU. Hope this helps you on your academic journey, and happy formatting.